1619 Project writer Nikole Hannah-Jones said in a podcast that she believes Cuba is the most equal country in the Western Hemisphere and could serve as a model for its integration agenda. In a 2019 podcast with Ezra Klein of Vox and The New York Times, Hannah-Jones was asked whether there were candidates or places that she thought had a viable and sufficiently ambitious integration agenda. Hannah-Jones responded that while she is not an expert on race relations internationally, she believed the most equal and multiracial country in the Western Hemisphere is Cuba, which she attributed to socialism. The most equal multiracial country in our hemisphere, it would be Cuba, Hannah-Jones said, as reported by the publication. Cuba has the least inequality between black and white people any place really in the hemisphere. I mean, the Caribbean, most of the Caribbean it's hard to count because the white population in a lot of those countries is very, very small. A lot of those countries are run by black folks. But in places that are truly at least biracial countries, Cuba actually has the least inequality. And that's largely due to socialism, which I'm sure no one wants to hear. As reported by the National Pulse, Hannah-Jones also wrote an op-ed published by The Oregonian that was posted in 2008, in which she noted that there are many overlooked accomplishments in the country, including a very high literacy rate, a low HIV infection rate, and a model, universal healthcare system. In the article, she also wrote that the Cuban Revolution led to the end of codified racism, and brought about universal education and access to jobs for black Cubans. The 1619 Project is a project spearheaded by The New York Times that delves into the effects of slavery on U.S. history. It was led by Hannah-Jones, who is a Pulitzer Prize-winning writer and a professor at Howard University. As previously reported by Fox News, Representative Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez has come under fire for recent comments she has made about Cuba. Ocasio-Cortez wrote on Twitter that the U.S. has contributed to suffering in Cuba via its embargo, which she characterized as absurdly cruel. Representative Nikole Maliotakis, RNY, who is the daughter of a Cuban immigrant, called Ocasio-Cortez a communist sympathizer who wants to bring socialism to the U.S. during an interview with Fox News Sunday.